Hi everyone, it's Elise from Kid and Clouder Colouring Classes, and I have a free mini tutorial to share with you today on how to colour a sunset background with your markers. This mini tutorial is actually taken directly from my new In the Wild colouring classes for markers and pencils, my monthly projects for February and March for beginners. So if you'd like to colour the rest of this image with me or colour up the pencils lesson with the tigers, please check out the website for more details. I'll pop the link in the video description below as well, along with the colours I'm using today and a few different brands of markers. If you're new to colouring and think that these images look intimidating, I always break down my classes to the absolute beginner basics, as you'll see here today, so you can feel confident jumping in no matter how much experience you have. It's all about learning and growing in a safe space for beginners at all levels. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm just going to pop in now and we're going to do the background, the sky. So starting with Y000, I'm going to map in the sun. Now, this is rounded. You can trace something if you like with a lead pencil, but if you do, erase the lead pencil line so you can't really see it at the end. I like to use the Y000 because it's so light. I'm not going to see this even if it ends up a little wonky. It's just a little guide. And I'm just starting from above the mountain and I'm kind of just extending back. You can make this however big or small as you like. It's just the sun outline there. And try and make it fairly circular. Then I'll start at the top because it's always easier to go from my dark to light when I create a sky or a sunset sky like this. I'm going to be working in strokes. By working in strokes, I'll create a bit of natural texture like this, and I don't need to worry so much on getting my blend 100% smooth. So I would definitely recommend this for those of you that are still learning the blending technique. You can see it looks great. It doesn't look like I'm trying to hide anything, but just the nature of this stripy line will make it just easier to merge colors between. So starting with R59, I'm just going to pop in at the top of my circle here, and you can see I'm just tracing that around so I can see that nice frame and edge. Then I'm just going to work on some horizontal lines to fill the space. So always when I do sky, I like to keep my lines horizontal because then you're working with the horizon line. Everything is kind of at that point. My next color is R27, and I'm just popping straight over what I've just done and extending a little further down. You'll see I start to fill the top of my page here as well. Coming in with YR04. So you'll see to create the sunset, I'm gradually progressing with each color logically from a deep red to a bright red to a yellow orange. So they kind of are always progressing naturally through the color wheel. And that will create the most seamless blend. So I'm getting lighter one increment at a time. When I finish with the color, I always like to finish with these few little strokes extending out. Help you blend in with that next color a little more seamlessly. Y38 is next, and that's just a touch lighter again. So it's just a little lighter every time, just a little. Y35. You can see I'm getting closer now to where my sun is. So as I do that, I'm just going to come down and around that shape. Now my line's going to extend here, so I just want to make sure I don't sort of come down where his body will be. And I'm just going to come on the other side as well. Y15 is next. And I'm definitely getting lighter at the bottom here now, nice and close to my sun. Out on those sides. And then my Y11, and with the Y11, I'm going to color right up to that sun shape that we created. And then my Y000 again, you can bring that just around the edge, just to soften into the remaining white, which will help the sun to look like it's glowing. Now you can absolutely repeat these colors again if you want to inject a little bit more depth or vibrancy. It'll just give you a slightly different look. So that's one round of the blend, and that is the two. So it's fairly similar. You can see that this one just a little bit stronger, especially in those orange tones. So I'll leave that totally up to you. Everyone's is going to look a little bit different, which I think is such a fun part of doing backgrounds and working with nature like this, is they're all a little different, they're all a little unique, and they can't be wrong. So experiment and play and be really proud of what you're creating, because you're creating this from scratch. This is your background that you've now learned and can take away these skills to apply to any image after the lesson. I really hope that you've enjoyed learning with me today. For more on colouring, please check out my website at kitandclouder.com. I have loads of free colour blend charts for markers and pencils, a fully comprehensive colouring FAQs page including tips on getting started, printers, papers and more, and all of my colouring classes, with even some freebies on the homepage for you to try. Make sure you check out our very supportive online community as well, where you can share all of your work with over 30,000 members learning all around the world together. Hope to see you in the classrooms, and thank you so much for watching.